Hey everyone, how's it going? I never know how to start these things. Usually I end up clapping in front of a camera or something in order to synchronize the videos. Um, but here I am. We're doing another flight sim video. Last week I posted a video of me flying the flight sim and explaining to you that the weather has been pretty crappy lately, and so I haven't had the opportunity to go flying. So I thought I would put out a video of me flying the flight sim, and I thought this was just going to be a complete waste of time, just a total flop, but you guys really seem to enjoy the idea. So I thought I would post another one. And so here we go. What am I doing here? I'm trying to figure out how to start the airplane. Let's try that. There we go. All right. So I'm going to be answering a lot of questions in this video. I'm not going to start off with answering all the questions. I'm going to start off with taxiing out to the runway and taking off, because sitting around looking at the airplane on the ramp is kind of boring. So let's start out. First things first, though, I do have to explain, I am not a fantastic sim pilot. I wouldn't even say I'm a fantastic real life pilot, but I'm definitely not a good sim pilot. I enjoy flying flight sims, but I don't fly them with any sort of realism, I guess. I mean, I guess sometimes I do, but I don't really use them for practicing a whole lot. I use them because they're fun, and it gives me a chance to fly airplanes when I can't fly them in real life. So you'll note that most of the time that I'm flying, I actually fly from outside of the cockpit, not inside of the cockpit, which is, not what real flight simmers do. So if that's something that bothers you, I'm sorry. But I see this view all the time, and I don't often get to see this view until I get to the editing stage. And even then, my camera doesn't go that far out. So I do like to fly from outside of the airplane quite a bit, which hopefully you guys enjoy. As this is a flight sim video, you guys aren't even getting to fly right now, you're just watching. So what's the point in watching the instruments and out the front when you can see the airplane itself and the rest of the scenery more better like? So some questions some people may be having right off the bat is, how did you get Woodstock Airport in Flight Sim? It doesn't exist in Flight Sim. I went looking for it and it's not there. And yet here we are. I'm flying Flight Sim and there's Woodstock Airport. It's an add-on. Somebody built it for me. Well, for us, I guess. Several of us requested it, and somebody stepped up to the plate and built the airport for us. It's not perfect. It doesn't represent the airport exactly, but who cares? We actually have an airport with a runway. It's oriented correctly, and it looks pretty good. So there we go. The next thing you might be saying to yourself is, well, I do have the airport, and it doesn't look anything like that in my flight sim. I'm using another mod that lets me use Google scenery instead of Bing scenery. So what happened when they took the scenery for Flight Sim, or for Bing, I guess, they took it during the winter, and so all of the ground is covered in snow. So you can't be flying over snow in the sim when it's supposed to be summertime, so they just tinted the snow green. So just imagine the landscape as a uniform baby puke green, and that's what it looks like if you use the Bing scenery. So I quickly discovered the ability to use the Google Maps by using a mod called Map Enhancement, and when you run it, this is what it looks like. So now Woodstock area looks proper. It uses Google scenery instead of Bing. So that's why it looks a little bit different that way. So I guess we're going to start off with just a landing over at Tim's airstrip. You guys, if you've watched my real life videos, you've seen me go into Tim's several times. Tim's airstrip on the game is a little different. So you can actually see the airstrip because the Google scenery was taken after he put in the airstrip, and so you can actually see it. You'll see it here in a minute. If you know where to look, you can see it right now. I'm on my way towards it, though. I need a little bit of a left turn to get there. But I'm on my way towards it now. You'll see it in a minute. But the ground is not smooth. It's not flat. There are some moguls, if you will. And I think I think there's some shadows there or something, and the AI mistook them for hills instead of shadows, perhaps. I'm not sure, but his runway in real life doesn't have any jumps. You're going to see here in a minute, his runway has some jumps on the game. So here we go in, and you'll be able to see that in just a second. While we're on approach here, I'm going to bring the throttle back and slow down a bit. While we're on approach here, I'll tell you a little bit about the airplane. It's an Ostflight Drifter made by Ants, A-N-T-S, and you can get it on justflight.com. I have a link in the video description. I do want to say that everything, all of the mods that I talk about in this video are in the video description as well. So you can just click to the video description and you can get the same planes I have, the same scenery, the same mods, everything. So if it's something that you like and you want to check it out, video description. So I'll probably say that 30 more times before the video is done, because I want to make sure everybody knows where to find the stuff that I'm talking about or using. So here we are coming in over the highway. It took me a little while to figure out that my airspeed indicator outside here is in knots, not miles an hour. So I've been coming in really fast until just recently. Look, here's one of them bumps. Yeah, not exactly realistic. Tim's airstrip is quite a bit smoother. So you can see the bumps are kind of that lighter color. I think the AI thought that they were mounds of dirt as opposed to just not properly grassed in airstrip yet. So it made it into bumps. Maybe next time they update the scenery, it will be a little smoother. But whatever. It's still landable and it's fun to see it. So you just have to kind of take caution on the bumps there. So we'll take off again in the other direction, because that's what I normally do in real life anyway. And the reason why I can do that in real life is because when I fly the ultralight, it's usually quite calm out. So even a 1 or 2 mile an hour tailwind's not a big deal, even in an ultralight. So I usually land over the highway and then take off over the highway, mostly because it's super fun. A number of times I've had people roll their windows down and wave their arms out the window when I fly over. If I had a dime for every time it happened, I'd probably have 20 cents. I think it's happened twice now, so not a whole lot. But it's really cool when it does. I think what we'll do next is let's fly over to Dave's. So Dave's is another airstrip that we land in regularly. It's quite a bit more challenging in real life and on the game. The nice thing about it in the game is if you mess it up, it's not a big deal. You haven't heard anything, so whatever. Also, on my real life videos, I will often edit out the long flights in between locations. In the game, I don't really have to do that because there's a feature called slew, where if I press the Y button, the airplane pauses in midair, and I can use the number keys to travel very quickly. And then I can even change my orientation there and change directions. And so I can travel over ground very quickly and not have to fly the entire distance if it's boring. So there's Dave's just under my left wing there. I'm too high and too close. I'm going to do a 360 to the right here, lose some altitude. Let's go inside the cockpit just for a little while, just to satisfy some of those people who think that sims should only be flown from inside the cockpit. I think if I had a VR headset and everything was 3D, and if I moved my head I could look around, I would probably fly from inside the cockpit. That would probably make a lot more sense. But where I don't, I usually only fly inside the cockpit whenever I'm doing like a challenging approach. I need to figure out exactly where my plane is in relation to obstacles. But even still, I'll usually jump outside and do the landing from the outside because I like to see where the wheels are. So we'll pretend we're over the power lines there, dive towards the runway, and then we'll pull up. Oop, pulled up a little hard. There we go. Little bounce there. So there's Dave's airstrip. As you can see, the scenery didn't include the airstrip. He didn't have it in when they took the scenery. But the good news is the ground is smooth, no moguls. So that's always nice. We'll backtrack here and take off and go do some more flying. So in the last video, I think I talked about maybe we could get together and do like a virtual fly-in and I think we've kind of figured out how we can do that. I've started a Discord server. So if you don't have Discord, it's a small program you download onto your computer. I don't think you can do it like just as a web-based platform. I think you actually have to download the client. I'm not a Discord expert, so if I'm wrong on that, whatever. But I have downloaded a small client onto my computer, and what it does is it lets me open a little server, a chat server, like for text, and one for voice. So we can leave messages for each other when we're not online, and also when we are both online at the same time, we can actually open a voice channel and talk to each other. So we can all get together on Discord, fire it up, get all talking to each other, pick a location where we're going to go flying, and then we all go flying and we can all talk to each other while we're flying around. It'll be like we have radio comms. So I think that'd be pretty cool. So if you think that's something you'd like to do, and you had to have Flight Sim 2020, because that's what I'm using, and it would be cool if you had the same planes that I fly. So if you want to download those, they're in the video description. That way we can all see the right planes. It doesn't matter. I don't really care. I'm not that stuck up on that. As long as we're all getting together and having some fun, that's the main thing. So in the video description again is the link to my Discord server. So please, if you want to fly with me sometime, hop on there, leave me a message in the general section, in the chat section, and tell me what dates and times you'd be available. And then I'll go on, and whichever one works best for everybody, I'll just make a general announcement there a couple days beforehand, and we can all get together. We'll pick an airport that we want to fly out of and the type of plane. Maybe we want to do ultralights, maybe we want to do helicopters or general aviation or fighter jets or whatever. And we can fly around virtually and just kind of have a chat. And I can either stream that. I think I can figure out how to stream that live to the YouTube channel, or I'll just record it like I'm doing right now and make a video out of it. So, or maybe I won't even do that. Maybe we'll just go out and have some fun. Whatever you guys want to do, I'm all good with it. The main thing is it gives us a chance to do some flying during the winter when the weather is crappy, and it gives me something to upload for you guys to watch, because otherwise I don't have anything to upload. If I can't go flying, if the weather's crappy, I can't go flying, I can't make a video, I can't upload anything, and you know, boo, that sucks. It's boring. So that's the story on that. I think I'm going to hit slew again and fly over towards the fields that we normally play in. Where are they? Somewhere around here. There we go. So there, if I do a little diving turn to my right, this farm road directly ahead of me. Haha, look at that airspeed indicator climb. This, you probably recognize this if you've been on the channel for more than a year or so. We land on this farm road regularly. Why not? Let's do a touch and go. There we go. There's the touch, and here's the go. So yeah, if you had just the regular version of Flight Sim without the map enhancement, all of this is just baby puke green. There's no roads, there's no fields, it's just all green with some trees popping up here and there. So you see the trees that you see, but that's it. Everything else is just green, and it looks ridiculous. You can't even tell where you are. So I'm really glad that that map enhancement program exists, because it makes flying in this area so much better. Now that said, the rest of the world's pretty cool. The rest of the world looks pretty good with the Bing scenery. It just seemed to be the Woodstock area, of course, that we didn't get lucky on. But I run the Google scenery everywhere I fly. Like every time I load up the game, I put the Google scenery on. I think it looks better. So that's why I do that. Alright, we'll level off here, and we will head back over to the airport and do a landing. So yeah, this won't be a super long video. You guys have seen this area quite a bit in real life, so there's no need for me to fly around and bore you to death with all of the scenery that you've seen 100 times. What I'd like to know, and I do have a list started of places you'd like me to go fly. So I have a couple of places already on a list that you guys have suggested. So whenever I'm not online flying with you guys, I'll make another video like this and I'll fly around somewhere else. And what I think I'll do is I'm just going to bomb around. I'll just go, I'll explore it just like I would be exploring it in real life, because I probably haven't flown in any of these locations before. So I'll take off at a local airport and then just go hit the fields. Maybe I'll do some crazy landings. Maybe I'll do it in a helicopter. Maybe I'll do it in a 150 or a whatever. We'll pick a plane and we'll just go fly around and have some fun. I'll narrate as I go and ramble on as I normally do, and hopefully it will be halfway interesting. So, and if it's not, if it's boring, let me know. Tell me what to change. Tell me how to fix it, and I will, because I enjoy making videos for you guys. It's fun. Alright, let's see if I can botch this landing, because I usually can. It's a little bit of a slip to get down. I find this thing has so much less drag than the Beaver. It floats so far. I don't think I've yet landed and stopped by the taxiway. So that's something that I've been working on, but as you can tell, because I don't really fly the game that much, I fly in real life, I don't really practice that, or as you can see, still didn't get it. That's alright. Oops, a little too much brake there. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. So like I said, video description for all of the links of the things that I use, including my Discord server. So hop on there if you want to fly with me. Tell me when and what time you can do that, and we'll go from there. So I guess the ball's in your court now, guys. Let me know what you'd like to see, and that'll be it for this video. Next video, I don't know, I'll pick one of the spots on the list that you guys have suggested for me to go fly, and I'll go fly, and we'll see how it is. Alright, until next time, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Merry Christmas to everybody, because that's coming up soon too, and we'll see you in the next video.